Good morning, friends. So we are starting our very important topic, which is directors. So put the heading directors appointment qualifications. Directors appointments qualification. First write the dictation notes, okay, then you can underline from the book. I will also take the book and I will read for you. You can underline from the book. First section is section 149. Section number, whenever I tell subsection number, that means it is important. If I didn't tell subsection number, it is not important. Okay. So 149. Subsection 1. See, you can first write a flow chart. Okay, first draft a flow chart. Then we can go in detail. Okay, so subsection 1 means you put in the left corner. Okay, and whenever I say, you just drop down arrow mark from the flow chart like that. First is minimum, first is who can be director. Who can be director? The first down arrow mark is who can be director. And drop down the second down arrow mark. How many directors? Who can be director? How many directors? Okay. Then third, resident director. Then woman director. Resident director, then woman director. Then independent director. Okay, so how many directors? Who can be directors? This is subsection 1. Woman director, subsection 1, proviso. Then resident director, subsection 3. Independent director, subsection 4. So this is the synopsis of this section. Okay, so by studying this section, we will be thorough with these areas. So maximum questions, if at all they ask, they can ask from only these points from this section. So whenever we study a section, we have to study in 2 points. One from exam point, what maximum questions can be asked from this section. Second, knowledge point. When we practically do an audit, what are the points we should understand by this section, from this section. Okay, so first, who can become director? That is the first question. Only an individual can become director. Who can become director? Only an individual can become director. Body corporate can be a member. One company can be a holding company or a subsidiary company. That means a member of a subsidiary company is the holding company, right? That means a body corporate can become the member, but body corporate cannot become a director. So only individual can become director. Understood? Point number 1. So write, only an individual can become director. Okay, when you write notes, carry 2 pens also. Okay, use black as your regular and blue for important points. Okay, because we have to write our examination in black pen, so use black as regular and blue for important points. Okay, so you yourself should know what is the important point when I say as a point. So individual, that word you should write in blue pen. Understood? So only an individual can become director. Second, so what is the second point I told you? Like how many directors? Sir, on company how many directors they can have? Minimum, maximum. So you have to put 2 column. In fact, you have to put 3 column. The first column is particular, that is the type of company. 1% company, 1% company, small company, or like a private company. You don't write split the small company, private company. You write private company, then public company. Minimum director for 1% company is 1. Minimum director for private company is 2. Minimum director for public company is 3. Okay. Maximum director for all the 3 companies, it is 15. Maximum director for all the 3 companies is 15. Then you can ask me one doubt. Sir, 1% company, how can there be 15 directors? 1% company, the minimum criteria only reduced from 2 to 1. But the maximum criteria, that means 1% company can also have board of directors. 1% company can also have board of directors. Can you able to understand? So this is the point. Next. Sir, my company is very big company. Reliance Industries. We are very big. Can we increase our director beyond 15? Yes, it is possible to increase a director beyond 15. How? By passing a special resolution, we can increase the number of directors beyond 15. But there are exceptions. For government company and Section 8 company, you need not pass this resolution to increase the number of directors beyond 15. Okay, so for which 2 companies it is not necessary? For government company and Section 8 companies. So if you want to increase the number of directors beyond 15, you have to pass special resolution. But which 2 companies are exempted? Government companies and Section 8 companies are exempted. Okay, next. Exempted from passing special resolution. That means by passing even ordinary resolution, even by board resolution they are increasing. But I will tell you, the problem is not in this section, the problem is somewhere else. I will tell you that after writing this, you please. Okay, the problem in number of directors, it is not only in section 149, it is there in articles of association. Some companies articles of association has already barred the maximum number of directors. They already limited. So if you want to increase the number of directors beyond the articles of association, what you should do? Amend the articles of association. So amending the articles of association is section 14. There you have to pass special resolution. Purunjida, can you able to understand? So it's not only because of this section, it is also because of articles of association. If I have to amend the articles of association, I have to pass special resolution. Okay, right. We are in still subsection 1. Please remember, we are in still subsection 1. And we are understanding practically also. It is not there in this section. Amending the articles is nowhere is there in this section. This is a knowledge sake. So when you write the examination, you should prove you are not the mugging up. Okay, if you write articles of association should be amended, you will be like, wow, this guy is brilliant. Because it is not there in this section. So whenever you try to write the answer, you should link it with some other section. And you have practically seen this. Like that you should prove. Okay. And if there is some question, You cannot elaborate more than 3 lines. Already answer is over. Try to write a resolution. For example, in auditing, you will write, yes, we have to give a modified opinion. We have to give a qualified opinion. Over. Answer is over. But no mark. Unless otherwise, you write a model opinion. Or model opinion you should write. Appodan they will give mark. Okay. And Mari, try to prove your knowledge to our examiners. Muk Miller, you should like, wow. When he correct your paper should become a model paper to correct other paper. Neat, legible, enough line space, word space per line. Or line la, how many words you have to write? Depends on your font size. Correct? So, all this you should decide. How many words per line? If my handwriting is not good, I will write only 5 words per line. If your handwriting is so good, you can write 6 words per line. Some people font size is so small, they can write even 7 words per line. Okay. Some people font size is so big, they cannot write more than 4 words per line. Idella you should keep in your mind. Legible, neat. See, showcasing your brilliance is more important. Correct? But you should see your brilliance. It should not go waste. Brilliance, if you have, should showcase and it should be noted. If it goes waste. Sir, I have knowledge. You prove it. Okay, then point next. So when the question is on increasing of directors, so the MCQ can be there. How many directors a company can have? How many directors one person company can have? Okay, you will put 1, 2, 3 and 15. What is your answer? 15 is your answer. Okay, see, he will confuse you with 1 and 15. How many? If it is open question, then you should go for maximum. Can you able to understand? Okay. Yesterday I saw ICI's draft MCQ for 5 pages. Superb questions. It's not easy. I'm telling you, MCQs are not going to be easy. But a person who doesn't know law also can get 20 marks or 10 marks, 15 marks. Because as per the probability theory, B will be the answer. Have you seen this? As per the probability theory, B will be the answer. If you don't know an answer, it should be B. And 30 marks, if I put B for everything, at least 10 to 12 B's will be there. So even an IPS student can write CA final by just marking B for everything. I don't know whether they are going to ask you to justify your answer. If I am an examiner, I will ask to justify. Yeah, that is the right thing, Ra. Okay. I will give the answer itself in my MCQ. You please justify and I will ask you. Why you have chosen this answer? Sometimes you know the right answer in description type. But when it comes to MCQ, it won't work. For example, I have seen one question. A valuer has been appointed without the qualification. Till what time he can continue to value? This is the question. The answer is 2018 as well as 2019. Because initially it was 2018 September. Later it got amended to 2019 January. So there is two answers for my question. So if I am a descriptive type person, I will write answer, sir, when the section is coined, 31/3/2018 is the last date before which chartered accountants or any other professional should write the evaluation examination conducted by IBBI. Okay, but our people forgot mathematics, forgot SFM, and they should have experience in valuation also. Correct? See, we people also doing business valuation, share valuation, intrinsic valuation. Whenever there is an allotment of share capital at premium, The people are valuing actually. In your firm also they would have valued something. Allotment of share capital at premium. See, at least one company in your office would have allotted shares last year, at least at premium. Okay, discounted free cash flow, any one of you would have done. Okay, or future projection would have been done. Based on that you would have valued. And if you are not a registered valuer under section 247, okay, you cannot do valuation of the company, and you should have passed this examination before 31/3/2018 as per that section. But we people have not written that. So there is no registered valuer available in the market. They extended 39 maximum time. 39 over. They told, hey, ITR file pannindu. I am filing ITR. Extend. They extended to January 19. So what is my answer? My answer is 2018. But 2019 is also correct, 2018 is also correct. So this I can prove only it is in the descriptive type. But if it is MCQ type, how can I prove my knowledge? Understood? So MCQ will become more dangerous, but it is easy for the person who doesn't know anything. Can you able to understand? Okay, come back. 149 subsection 1 has a proviso. What is the proviso? Women directors. Wait. If you keep on going back, I have to shout more. Woman director. Now, applicability of woman director. First, applicability of woman director. Two-handed flow chart. Two-handed flow chart. The first hand is listed company. The second hand is public company having paid up capital 100 crores or more, or turnover 300 crores or more. 100 crores or more, or turnover 300 crores or more. Listed company? Come on everyone, listed company? Mandatory. Public company having paid up capital 100 crores or more, or turnover 300 crores. Or at the box the word or. Okay. If there is a vacancy in woman director, for example, I appointed a woman, she is in the board, so every company should have one woman director. Means like in this criteria, not every company means every company, in this criteria company. So we appointed a woman director. She resigned the office. If she resigned the office, within what time I should reappoint or appoint or fill the vacancy? Within what time I should fill the vacancy? They have told within 3 months or the next board meeting, whichever is later. Come on, tell me. 3 months or next board meeting, whichever is later. Later put a box, because in many cases whichever is earlier will come generally. So since it is later, you should put a box. Next, see, it is not necessary for the woman director to be an independent director. Even promoter's director can also be woman director. It is not necessary to be an independent director. You know something? Alternate director for a woman director need not be compulsorily woman director. So, for example, a woman director who goes abroad and she is not expected to return within 3 months, generally the company will appoint alternate director. alternate director for a woman director need not be woman. But the Act says alternate director for the independent director should be independent director. Understood? Alternate director for woman director need not be woman. This is a little drafting error, I can say, or lacuna in the Act which we can make use of. Next, see, it was reported previously that women are not coming forward to take up the directorships. When Companies Act 2013 introduced, in 2014 they got introduced, they told, sir, they are not ready to take this risk. But they thought like it will change, they will remove this section. Central government didn't remove this section, they told it should be there. Next, I will tell you, this is somewhere else, but I am just saying, let's say if a person is going abroad, if he is not going to return, it is section 161. I just told you, see, it's like a short time replacement, or not replacement, for them, on behalf of them, like that. Okay, on your place somebody will sit for a short time. Next, so with this we completed section 149 subsection 1. We will go to 149 subsection 3, resident director. Every company shall appoint at least one resident individual as their director. Every company shall appoint at least one resident individual as their director. That means your company can be a FDI company, foreign direct investment company. It can be a subsidiary of a foreign company, but at least one director in your company should be a resident. Okay. Next, 149(4). Say, what is resident? He should be stayed in India for a period of not less than 182 days in the financial year. Previously it was calendar year, now it changed to financial year. Okay, I will tell you, in income tax it is previous year. In Companies Act it is financial year. Can you able to understand? Ma, come and sit front. Can we go next? Okay. Okay. Section 149(4), independent director. Applicability. Listen very carefully. If you understand this threshold limit, you can write 4 answers, because mini section has the same threshold limits. Listed company, mandatory. Public company having paid up capital 10 crores or more. Paid up capital? Turnover 100 crores or more. Turnover? Or LMA or condition. Paid up capital 10 crores or more, or turnover 100 crores or more, or loans, borrowings, debentures, deposits from public, okay, exceeding 50 crores. Public includes bank. Loans from banks. Loans, borrowings. Debentures, deposits from public exceeds 50 crores. 10, 100, 50. Okay, first one, paid up capital. Then turnover. Then LBDD. LBDD, loans, borrowing, debenture, deposit. Okay, 10, 50, 100, 10, 100, 50. That is 50 is exceeding 50. Loans alone exceeding. Okay, right. Yeah, for this public company, listed company mandatory, they should appoint independent director. Okay. Done? Okay. Sir, how many independent director has to be appointed? How many? For listed company it is 1/3. For public company it is minimum 2. For listed company it is 1/3. That means out of my total number of director, say 15 directors are there, 1/3 is how much? 5. 5 should be independent director. So today should see the annual report of a listed company, say Reliance. Go and download the annual report and see the composition of the directors they would have given in the annual report. At least the 33% should be independent director. But we already studied, or we should have studied in LODR. Sometimes it is 33% and sometimes it is 50% due to the chairman. If the chairman is a whole time or part time, is a promoter chairman or is an independent chairman, etc. So I guess in Reliance kind of company where the promoter chairman is there, the independent director should be 50%. So you should go and see the Reliance Industries annual return today. So this is your homework. Okay, learn everything practically. Then you just Google LODR, because I told LODR it is there in your auditing, okay, in corporate governance and new syllabus SEBI. So I will be taking you LODR, but at a later point of time, maybe in the month of December end or January. But if you want to understand now practically, you should Google it. Okay, composition of director. What is the rules in LODR? LODR means listing obligation disclosure requirements. So yeah, listing obligation, every listed company should have this kind of. So as per the Companies Act, it is only 1/3. But corporate governance, they are telling something else. Okay, keep this in mind. Next we will go. For public company, it is minimum 2. Sir, who is said to be independent? What is his quality? A person is said to be independent. He should be not a relative of a promoter. He should not be a promoter. He should not be a relative of a promoter. Should not be a KMP. Hey, listen. Once again, I will just tell you, then you will write. He should not be a promoter or relative of a promoter. Should not be KMP. Okay? He should not be a KMP or his relative. Okay? Then they are telling he should not hold any pecuniary interest. Should not hold any pecuniary interest. His relative should also not hold the pecuniary interest. His relative should not also hold the pecuniary interest. And they have defined what is pecuniary interest. Okay, they should not hold this much number of shares, face value percentage. They should not be indebted to the company so much. They should not have got remuneration from the company. Okay, that is a monetary interest. Pecuniary interest is nothing but a monetary interest. So if my relative is having a monetary interest and if he appoints me as independent director, then he will get a favor. So that too should not happen. He cannot be a KMP, but he can be an employee. That means he is not influencing me. He is a normal employee, clerk level or normal manager position level. He is not the decision making level, he is not there. So independence should not be affected. He should not be a promoter relative of a promoter. KMP, relative of KMP, or relative of a director also. But his relative can be an employee. Okay. He should not be having pecuniary interest. His relative should also have pecuniary interest. He should not have pecuniary interest. Okay. Auditors, that is independent auditor. The company's auditor. He is independent person. Can he appoint his partner or his executives, like their people? Can be no. Auditors, relatives, and their associates cannot become independent director of the company. Okay. Can a legal counsel, because every company should have a legal counsel. I will give you time, I will dictate, you can copy. Now you listen, because I am connecting something. Okay. Legal executives, that is legal counsel of a company, they are also like an auditor. They are outside the company. But legal executives, legal counsel of the company can become independent director, provided the turnover which they receive from this company is not exceeding 10% of their total turnover. That means with or without your turnover, I can survive. Okay. So the legal counsel has to prove that they can survive with or without this company. If they proved that, then okay, can you able to understand? Okay. So the next point, CEO of a non-profit organization. The non-profit organization, if they received more than 25% of their total receipts from this company, plus their directors, plus the shareholders holding more than 2% shares in this company. If from this team, if they received more than 25% of the total receipts, then the CEO of that NGO, that is non-profit organization, cannot become the independent director of this company. Can you able to understand? So they are trying to make sure this company's independent director is not influenced in any way. Okay. And so you cannot just like that put some person here. He should have expert knowledge in the field of finance, accounts, administration, marketing, selling. So XYZ person, Tom, Dick and Harry, you cannot appoint as independent director. You should justify, and this appointment should be there ratified by the general meeting. See, board can appoint him immediately, but it should be ratified in the general meeting. And once he is appointed for a period of 5 years. He can be appointed. It's not necessary that he should be. He can be appointed for a period of 5 years. Okay. So there is lot of restriction in finding an independent director. He should be expert. He should be independent in all respects. Okay. And for this person, what kind of remuneration you can give him? He should not be influenced by the remuneration also. He should not be influenced by remuneration also. He should be like a sannyasi basically. Okay, if you keep on giving him monthly remuneration, then he want to do some favor for the company. He can get remuneration in 3 ways. It should not be a regular way. Number 1, whenever he come for a meeting, okay, because he should attend the meeting, he can get sitting fees. Second, he comes and goes, so reimbursement of expenses. Third, year end la, if the company is having a profit, then they can get profit linked commission, but it is not fixed percentage. If you read this section, there is nowhere given what is the maximum sitting fees, what is the maximum percentage linked commission you can give him. You have to go back to your IPCC account syllabus, managerial remuneration chapter. There they have given sitting fees maximum 1 lakh per director per sitting. Profit linked commission is 3%, 5%, 11%, 6%. They have given some percentage. Then the maximum slab is 11%. So including the independent director, other director, managing director put together, the overall should not cross 11%. You can fix the independent director remuneration within that limit. Can you able to understand? So it is not necessary that independent director should get a fixed limit. The director can fix the limit, but it should not cross the overall limits. Now, by this time, you would have forgot the qualification point. Now you tell me qualification point. You should be expert in the field of finance, accounts, administration, marketing, selling. Independence. He should not be promoter, relative of promoter, KMP, relative of KMP, relative of director, but he can be relative of an employee. Okay, then he should not hold any pecuniary interest. His relative should not hold pecuniary interest. Legal counsel, okay, provided their remuneration is not exceeded 10% of their total turnover. CEO of a NPO, if the NPO received more than 25% of the total receipts from company, employees, shareholders holding more than 2%, directors. Okay, come on, right. What you will write first? Who is said to be independent? A person who is not 1, 2, 3, 4 fast. Yes?
You said legal counsel in a criteria, but in the group you said director can be only an individual.
Legal counsel is a legal person. What is counsel? Counsel means a group of people. Okay, so from that group of legal people, can they be? See, I have a firm as my legal counsel. Can the partner of the firm be independent director in my company? Yes, provided my contribution to their turnover is not crossing 10% of their total turnover. Can we go further? Fast. Pecuniary interest means monetary interest, okay? Monetary interest come by way of remuneration, shareholding, transactions like sale and supply of goods and services. This pecuniary interest point, it is amended recently. So we should study from our book more specifically this point. If at all they are going to ask amendment questions, Okay, they won't ask amendment question immediately. Okay, because our books itself doesn't have amendments properly. See, ICA material at least one time before the examination you should see all the pages. I am not telling you should understand, read line by line, etc. At least you should know what is there in ICA material. Next, can we move further fast? See, well, acha. Then who can become? What is his quality? Write that point. What is the qualities? He should be expert in the field of. Done. Huh? Next. What is the remuneration? Remuneration, 3 types. Sitting fees, reimbursement of expenses, profit linked commission. Sitting fees, down arrow mark, 1 lakh per sitting, that is maximum. Okay, 1 lakh per sitting per director. Reimbursement of expenses, actual. Profit linked commission, overall should not cross 11%, including independent director. So it is not 1% or 2% or 3% for the independent director. It's not like that. The overall should not cross this percentage. English reading.
6556 the 2-wheeler. 8902 9617 9617 1262 1262 நியூ எடுத்து
அவங்க கூட போயிட்டு எங்கே விடணும்னு சொல்லுங்கள் சார். So let us revise. Okay, let us revise. Independent director should not be promoter, KMP or their relatives. Second, they should not hold any pecuniary interest. Then the auditors cannot be independent directors. Legal counsel can be, but their remuneration should not exceed 10% from this company. CEO of the NGO cannot be if the receipts cross 25%. This independent director shall be experts in various fields. The remuneration is in these 3 ways only. Appointment. How many years you have to appoint them? Up to 5 years. One independent director can be appointed for maximum period of 5 years. Why? Write in a new page. அப்படியே எழுதினே போ. லாஸ்ட் 2 லைனா கேப் ஒன்றும். So if I appoint independent director, I have to pass an ordinary resolution in the general meeting. If board appointed, it should get ratified. So I appointed independent director. I appointed him for a period of say 3 years. Imagine. He can also be reappointed. He can also be reappointed. Reappointment reappointment can be done up to maximum of another 5 years. But as per the section, you cannot appoint an independent director more than 2 terms of 5 years, okay, or more than 2 consecutive terms without a gap of 3 years. That means, like auditor's cooling period, independent directors also having cooling period of 3 years. Auditor's cooling period is 5 years, independent director's cooling period is 3 years. Can you able to understand? Right.
Sir, 2 terms of 5 years.
I will tell you. There is a point there which we should study. Okay, we can appoint an independent director for a period of 5 years. We can reappoint him for another period of 5 years. But after the 2 consecutive term, he cannot be reappointed without a cooling period of 3 years. This is the point. Now, people can have a doubt. Sir, 5 plus 5 or 2 consecutive term. This is what your doubt, correct? Because I can appoint 3 plus 3 plus 3. Correct? So that means 3 consecutive terms, but within 10 years. So the overall period is not 5 plus 5, it is 2 consecutive term. Can you able to understand? That means, like auditors, the word used is dash to appoint the auditors. 5 years is, I told you 139 subsection 1, 5 years is what? Shall. 139 subsection 1 says shall. That means you cannot appoint the auditors for less than 5 years. So it is not the option available with the shareholder to appoint the auditor for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, etc. If you are appointing an auditor, he should be appointed for a period of 5 years. Our IPC portion, we doesn't know this level of interpretation. This is called, you know which interpretation it is? No, literal interpretation is not or and. See, you have so much of interpretation. Literal interpretation, reasonable construction, harmonious construction, exceptional, okay, that is like and or, this kind of construction. Then ejustem generis construction, okay, so you have this kind of construction, okay, beneficial construction, okay, this kind of beneficial construction is only that 54 EC, 50 lakhs within 6 months, 1 year, 1 financial year, 50 lakhs, okay, that kind of people have interpreted no previously. So now come back. So an independent director can be appointed for a period of 5 years. He can be reappointed for a period of another 5 years, but he cannot be reappointed for more than 2 consecutive terms, okay, without a cooling period of 3 years. So it is not 5 plus 5, it is 2 consecutive terms for the cooling period. So 3 plus 3 is also over. He should go for mandatory cooling period of 3 years. Next, if there is a vacancy in independent director, if there is a vacancy in independent director, it should be filled within 3 months. Sir, whether independent director is liable for all acts or all resolution taken in the board? Whether independent director is liable for the activities of the board? The answer is partially yes and no. Okay, for example, in the board meeting, a resolution is passed where he is present and given consent, he is liable. If he has not given his consent in that meeting, or if he is absent in that meeting resolution, he is not liable. So, if you know something is going to happen and it is not within your power, you cannot say no to it, etc., you are under pressure, what you should do? Absent yourself. Okay. But you know something, this kind of meetings will happen in a shorter notice. Something extraordinary things they are going to do. For example, removal of Cyrus Mystery. The removal of Cyrus Mystery in Tata, they didn't give proper notice. As per section 173, if the notice is not a proper notice, okay, time period is not given, agenda is not if independent director mandatorily should attend the meeting. If the independent director is given consent, then he is liable. So Cyrus Mystery is suing for operation mismanagement. They can also sue the independent director who have taken the resolution. Okay, and the mari. So you should understand something practically. You should read. It's not necessary that you should read every day's newspaper. Idella konja popular news, correct? Cyrus Mystery news and popular. You cannot say, "Who is Cyrus Mystery?" Only I know history. Okay, this mystery is so mystery. Okay, because see, இது ஒரு ரொம்ப பாப்புலரான ஒரு கேஸ். ஓகே, அந்த டைமில் டாடா ஷேர்ஸ் எல்லாம் இட்ஸ் வாட் லைக் அப் அண்ட் டவுன் எக்ஸெட்ரா. தென் நவ் சந்திரசேகர் காட் அப்பாயிண்டட், மிஸ்டர் சந்திரசேகர். ஸோ ப்ரீவியஸ்லி டாட்டா ஹேட் அ சேர்மன், promoters based chairman, Ratan Tata. Cyrus Mystery is also promoter based chairman. You know, he is a largest investor in Tata Mystery Group, Shapurji Polonji Group. So you should know Tata's history. Tata got investment from Shapurji Polonji way back before independence itself, and they hold approximately 20% share in Tata. Single largest shareholder, Cyrus Mystery. Even he is having more than Tata share. Ratan Tata oda he is having more share. His family, okay, Shapurji Polonji family. Because that time Tata Steel and Hydro were in losses. After that World War II, etc., they are in loss. So that time Shapurji Polonji invested in Tata Sons, and he got like approximately 20% equity share, 19 point something percentage equity shares. Whereby, but Shapurji Polonji, that is father and grandfather, never intervened in the company. But the grandson got appointed as chairman of the group, Tata Group itself. Since Ratan Tata doesn't have an heir, இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு you should know. Should know means newspaper, some news, short news will be there, no, 140 lines, 120 words news. Adela you will be learning all these things, because this case is still in tribunal, that whether the removal is valid or not. It's a landmark judgment, because as per section 244 read with 241 of the Companies Act, which we will be studying in mid of December, a person can go for oppression mismanagement in front of tribunal only if he is having 10% share. 10% of issued share capital if he is having, he can go before the tribunal and ask for claim of oppression mismanagement against other people. Cyrus Mystery case, he is having approximately 20%. That means it's already 10%. But NCLT rejected Cyrus Mystery's claim, stating your shareholding is not enough to claim oppression mismanagement. We got shocked. Then, after reading the judgment, we read further in detail. The word given is issued share capital and not equity share capital. Tata has so much of preference share capital. Okay, so if you take preference plus equity, then you compare equity of the Cyrus Mystery, it is not even 2%. Just imagine how they organized it. But there is a point in that section, if tribunal thinks fit, it can encourage a person who is having less than 10% shares to come for appeal. So he went for NCLAT appellate tribunal and he got his petition approved. So now they are scrutinizing whether 2 years back operation happened or not. இதுதான் law, இதுதான் அந்த வேர்டோட, அந்த issued அப்படின்ற வேர்டோட இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ். If you read as a self-study person, you will never understand the difference between issued and equity. There is a definition, you all know holding company definition. Okay, holding company, for example A Limited, they have 51% share capital in B Limited. Say B Limited is the subsidiary company, A Limited is the holding company. Now if I hold more than 50% of the total share capital, I am the holding company. This is what the definition says. You know, I don't know whether you know or not. If I hold more than 50% total share capital, I will be holding company. This is what the definition of holding company as per the Companies Act 2013. Now ask this question: preference share capital plus equity share capital or only equity share capital? So if the company is having 1 crore rupees preference capital and each share is 10 rupees, and they have only 1 lakh rupees equity capital, 1 crore preference capital, 1 lakh equity capital, 1 lakh la 45% is held by Mr. Y. Only other shareholders are having less than 10%, 15%. But preference capital, almost entirety is held by one company. Now the promoter thinks he is having 45% share, is having the controlling interest in the company, but the company is getting consolidated with another company because they are controlling the total share capital of the company. It becomes holding company of this company. There is a lacuna in framing the section. It should be voting power. It should not be share capital based. If you give voting power, then only equity share capital has the voting power. If you give share capital, then preference capital is also a construct share capital. So the voting to be changed as, capital should be changed as voting. After 4 years of Companies Act, they changed it. After 4 years. Okay, sir, I don't know holding company definition. Okay, we have never seen a holding company at all in my office. Okay, leave it. I will ask you a turnover definition. What is turnover? Sales pathipinga. Everyone have audited the sales. What is sales? That is turnover as per the Companies Act. Gross realization from the sale and supply of goods and services and materials. Ida. Gross realization. That means if I made 1 crore rupees of sales in the month of March, which I receive in the month of April, what is my turnover in the month of March? 0. Because I have not realized even 1 rupee from my sales. So the turnover is 0. This is what section 2 subsection 91 says. Companies Act 2013. This is there in your IPCC. My IPC students will tell the section subsection of 2 also. Definition section la or subsection they will tell. At least 35 sections they will tell subsection. Okay, but other students, they will never know section, they will never know intricacies of the section. Or section or intricacies irukku. Avlo changes in the Companies Act 2017 because they had so many mistakes in the Companies Act 2013. Okay, and as per the presumption of interpretation of statutes, legislature will make no mistake. This is the presumption. It's like in your physics definition, everything remains constant. Anything edanu constant ah irukuma? Nothing will remain. So as per the physics, everything remains. Like that, presumption of the interpretation of law is legislature make no mistake. Adre illama, see, 100 days, 200 amendments in GST, correct? 100 days, 200 amendments. More than 2 amendments per day. That means how many mistakes are there in GST? Like that, Companies Act also has so many mistakes. Approximately 90 section got amended out of 470 section. 90 amendments they introduced in Companies Act 2013 by way of Amendment Act 2017. This is not the first Amendment Act. 2015 also they had Amendment Act. This is the second time amending. Okay. Leave the Amendment Act 2017. You know, Amendment Ordinance passed in November 2018. Still not okay. Still not okay. Amendment. Because they came to know there are so many lacunas in the Act. Should keep on updating our knowledge. First, we people should understand the lacuna. And we should tell, maybe in few years down the line, they will make an amendment. We people, we told all these things 2-3 years back. Like there are certain areas where it should be changed, otherwise the entire understanding of the Companies Act will go for a toss. So that company became the holding company which only invested for the preference share capital. When a bank take over a company, because the company has not served the principal, they convert the loan into share capital and they take over the company. Whether they should consolidate, that becomes a question. As per the Companies Act, it says yes, but as per accounting standard, it is no. This confusion is there. Still, there is no answer for this confusion. There is one question in auditing, audit of consolidated financial statement. There is one chapter in auditing. It says you should consolidate as per schedule 3, but not as per the accounting standards. Because this is a stock in trade for the company, banking company. Okay, they may use Surfaci Act, for which you should know what is Surfaci Act, and they can sell it. Or if the company is not having any underlying asset, there is no future economic benefits from this company, hence as per A.S 21 you need not consolidate. Okay, so when it is stock in trade, you need not consolidate. When there is no future economic benefit going to come from this company, you need not consolidate. But as per section 129 read with schedule 3, you should consolidate. So at least you should give a statement about your company, subsidiary company. You did not consolidate the accounts, you should give at least a statement. This is what the final opinion from learned people. See, tomorrow you may be auditing a company which had a loan from a bank, where the bank has converted the loan into share capital, where they are asking this question to you and you are CA finalist. And next 4 months you can become a chartered accountant also. Okay, at that point of time you cannot say, sir, I am a student, sir. See, that moment you passed, the burden to you is heavy. You cannot say, sir, yesterday only I passed. No, how you can think that I am a chartered accountant? You are chartered accountant. Yesterday you are worth 50,000 rupees per annum. Today you worth 8 lakh rupees per annum. Over day, over minute, changed your life. If you failed, again you are worth 50,000 rupees only. If you passed, you are worth like, say, 10-15 times more than what you are earning yesterday. And the moment you see that blue color screen or pink color screen pass, the burden is more. Now, Jalia, you can say, student, I am yet learning, I don't know. You cannot tell this in future. You should know. Nityananda knowledge, Diksha. To not come like that. You should learn, you should grab the knowledge. Like, that's why I am telling you, go and read IPCC portion one more time, because you are not read the way it should be read. Now you have time. If you start reading the definitions, etc., from IPCC level, because the definition is very important when you are interpreting. ஒரு வேர்டுக்கு you need a definition. What is related party? For example, Mr. MK is having one wife and he is having one girlfriend, and girlfriend is also having child, and his wife is also having child. His girlfriend child is also calling him as father. His wife's child is also calling him as father. The wife's child and the girlfriend's child, what is the relation between these two? So his girlfriend can be called as concubine or mistress. It is there in your India is concubine. If she is only with him. Okay, if she is with some other person also, then it is mistress. Okay, concubine is a relative, mistress is not a relative. As per India is, concubine is a relative, mistress is not relative. I am not telling. India is telling, but it is not there in Companies Act. Companies Act has something which is not there in accounting standards. Accounting standard has something which is not there in Companies Act. So when you do related party transaction, because you should know this transaction, this is a bigger transaction. Because tomorrow the son of MK becomes the chief minister and daughter of MK's girlfriend becomes deputy chief minister. Should know. These people are also having companies. They are making 1,000 crore turnovers. They are running so many organizations. Okay, you may be an auditor of this organization. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவ? These are open secret. There may be closed secret so many places. And 1,000 crores na net worth also will be more. India's will be applicable. And whether they will allow you to disclose the girlfriend name as concubine, மூஞ்சிலே குத்துவான், ஒய்ஃப்னு போடணுமா? Next, come back. So whether the independent director is liable for the activities of that board if he has given consent. If he has given consent, he is liable. Sir, my company doesn't find a person who is fit as independent director in our company from our known sources. We have some known sources. We didn't find a fit person to our office as independent director. What to do? Don't worry. Go to section 151. Sorry, 150. Go to section 150. Central government is going to provide you a database. Central government is going to provide you a database from where you can choose your director. So go to central government database 150, central government's database for independent director. Done. So 150 is nothing but what? Database of independent director. Next. (151) Small shareholders director. 151 small shareholders director. See, now I will tell you some knowledge questions. See, how many schedules are there in Companies Act? From your IPC syllabus. Okay, this is not from your final syllabus, from your IPC syllabus. How many schedules are there in Companies Act? How many sections are there in Companies Act? 470 sections are there in Companies Act. How many schedules are there? 7 schedules are there. How many chapters are there? 29 chapters are there. Okay. For old syllabus, from chapter number 8 it starts. For new syllabus, you don't have 3 chapters. 8, 9, 10 you don't have. From 11 you have. So we are in which chapter? Chapter number 11 of what? Companies Act 2013. Don't read chapter number 11 from our book. Sir, no work, sir. The foreign company no work, sir. Okay. Chapter number 11 of the Companies Act we are having. Okay. So dividend is chapter number 8. Administration and management is chapter number 7, which is that annual general meeting, ordinary resolution, special resolution, minutes, etc. Now, schedule we have 7. Yesterday I told you, that is last class I told you about schedule number 7. What is that? What is schedule 7? 135. Nee varala the class. List of activities. Okay, short, yes, CSR. Hey, you should not forget, should remember. Whether it is there for your exam or not, you should remember, stupid fellows. So schedule 7 is CSR. What is schedule 1? That day I was selling regulation number 89 of schedule 1. Apna schedule 1 model, articles and memorandum. We have 5 MOA model and we have 5 AOA model. That's called table. Table A, B, C, D, E is called MOA. F, G, H, I, J is called AOA. And we are more concerned about F table, that is AOA table. And the points there is called as regulation. So regulation number 89 of table F of schedule 1, we are talking about that day, inspection. Regulation number 80 of table F schedule 1 is dividend, which says the dividend cannot be increased by the shareholder at any point of time, which is why some authors used to interpret and write dividend can be decreased. But we study dividend cannot be modified because it's a resolution. You can say yes or no. Understood? Then, so this is first table. Second schedule, depreciation. Third schedule, format of financial statement. Fourth schedule, bold. No one will answer this. Okay, let us keep it aside. Fifth schedule you should know. You should know. It's already read. You already know this. Remuneration. Schedule 5, remuneration. You have this in your IPCC. Accounts la remuneration chapter irukum. Remuneration is schedule 5. Schedule 6 you don't know. Okay. So schedule 4 and schedule 6 we should know. Schedule 4 is nothing but independent director schedule. Schedule 6 is infrastructure company schedule. L&T kind of companies, this schedule is applicable. Schedule 4 is for independent directors. So if there is a vacancy in independent director, within what time you should fill, etc. is there in the schedule. They will have a separate meeting. Independent directors alone, they will form a meeting, they will have between themselves. Now 151, small shareholders director. This section is applicable only for a listed company. This section is applicable for a listed company. And that too, it is not mandatory. I will tell you. Who is a small shareholder? See, it is not necessary the listed company will have only big people as shareholder. Normal public, we are also shareholder. Your father would have invested, my father would have invested like 20,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees he would have invested. So if any person who has invested in the company, face value less than 20,000 rupees, he is called small shareholder. It's called what? Small shareholders. In SEBI, we will study retail individual investor. The person who has invested less than rupees 2 lakhs is called RII. Please do not confuse with small shareholder and retail individual investors, because they too have totally different rules and regulations. First we will understand only small shareholders. Any person who is having face value less than or equal to 20,000 rupees face value in a listed company is called small shareholder. I am a small shareholder. Now, if you have 1,000 small shareholder in your company, if you have how much? 1,000 small shareholder in a company, 1/10 or 1,000, whichever is less in numbers, if they write a letter to the board of director, notice is given to safeguard them from the worst decision of the board. They want one person on their behalf to be in the board. That person is called small shareholder director, the Bahubali, to safeguard the small shareholders. The small shareholder director should be independent director. The small shareholder director should be independent director. So you should have all the qualities of the independent director. But small shareholder director can maximum be only 3 years. Means like only he can hold a position for 3 years. Unlike the independent director, he cannot be reappointed at all. He cannot be reappointed at all. Once 3 years over. That means he is independent of the independent. Because if he is keep on there, then he may be influenced. So, chartered independent. Independently a best independent. So, a small shareholder director can be maximum appointed for a period of 3 years. So, the board of directors will appoint him, but he should be independent person. He can be maximum. He cannot be even reappointed. Sir, I am small shareholder director in this company. Very good small shareholder director. Okay. I am a very good small shareholder director. By seeing this, another company, another listed company, their shareholder also asked me, okay, I can be small shareholder of that company also. One SSD can be SSD in 2 companies at the same time. But these 2 companies should not be competing with each other, because there may be transaction of business secrets by this person. So it should not be there. SSD can be SSD in 2 companies. These 2 companies should not be competing each other. Now what is the rules? You can be with a different industry. Okay. So what is what you should write? SSD is applicable for listed company where they have how much? No. What is small shareholder? I am not asking. 1,000 small shareholders. 1,000 small shareholders they should have. When it is need to be appointed, if 1,000 or 1/10. For example, the Reliance company have 40,000 small shareholders. Now tell me, how many small shareholders have to write the notice? 40,000, 1/10 is how much? 4,000. Or 1,000, whichever is less. Okay, so 1,000 or 1/10, whichever is less in numbers, have to write a notice, have to give a notice to the board of directors. Then the board shall appoint one person as small shareholder director who should be qualified to be a independent director. He should be qualified to be an independent director. And how many SSD position he can hold at a time? 2. Now, first you should understand, can independent director of the holding company, can he be independent director of subsidiary company? Independent director of the holding company, can he be independent director of the subsidiary company? As per LODR, as per, it is mandatorily the holding company independent director, at least one person should be subsidiary company's independent director. Since because I am a director and the holding company, it is not necessary that I am influenced. How you are telling I am independent director? Da? I don't have any relationship with the company. Just I am independent director in the holding company, I am independent director in subsidiary company. You should, at least one common independent director should be there. Okay. Now coming to your question. Sir, can SSD be SSD in a group company? She is asking. Whether the group company is in the same industry. If it is competing, if it is not, then no. If it is no, then yes. If it is not competing, then he can be.
If it is competing,
Then he cannot be. If it is competing, it cannot be.
அப்போ இந்த permission okay அதுக்கு வேற ஒரு independent director.
Okay. Simple logic அவ்வளவுதான். No problem. If it is like competing, the problem. Sir, I am a manufacturer, they are my seller. My subsidiary company is my seller. No problem. It's not competing. If they are also manufacturing the same product, then it is problem. I'll tell you, there are companies which are acquiring other companies and they keep them as subsidiary. Why they are acquiring? Because they are also having a brand, I am also having a brand. I don't want to kill that brand. Let them also continue, let me also continue, because people think that they are buying different brand and people think they are competitors. The problem is both are owned by same person. Correct? For example, you may be using one soap, she may be using another soap. You say that your soap is only good soap, her soap is bad soap. She says your soap is only good soap, your soap is bad soap. Problem is, you people are competing for the brand, but ultimately both the soap is sold by HUL. Correct? This is the problem. See, whatever product you say, he is the owner. Shampoo, நீ ஒன்றுமா எல்லாமே ஒன்று தான் அல்டிமேட்டாக. So only the competitor will be PNG and HUL. So HUL kulla there may be so many group companies. Okay, but they are competing each other. So you should not be like that. I am just saying example da. Next. So whether the small shared director can be reappointed after 3 years after the cooling period? No. Even after the cooling period, it cannot be. Now, independent director, after the cooling period, he can be reappointed. Correct? If you are reappointing independent director, they should pass special resolution for the reappointment. And there should be explanatory statement. See, please understand, he is appointed for a period of say 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. Second tenure he is reappointed, no? He has to be appointed by passing only special resolution and giving justification statement. This is called reappointment. And cooling period is over. Now if you are appointing the same person, it is called appointment. It's not called as reappointment. After the cooling period, if he is come back, that is called appointment. It is not called as reappointment. But after the first tenure of say 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, if he is getting reappointed, that's called reappointed. Okay. For that reappointment, special resolution is necessary and you should give justification statement in your board report. But the small shareholder director cannot be like that. A small shareholder director cannot be reappointed or cannot be appointed after the cooling period. Next. Wherever there is a fixed tenure we are studying, that's called non-rotational director. We are studying independent director, this much tenure, small shareholder, this much tenure. These people are called non-rotational director because they have a fixed tenure. Okay. Next. 152. 2. Now we should again put a flow chart, index, synopsis, like what we did in 149. Same way you should do in 152. You have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. See, I will tell you, don't put everything in a same length or same width. Put one short and one long. Again one short and one long, so that your width will be extended. So, one small down arrow mark or a big down arrow mark. 152 1. First director. 152 2. Subsequent director. 152 3. Mandatory din. 152 4. Declaration from the director. See, we studied when we studying auditor, we studied the auditor should give one declaration, right? That he is not disqualified within ceiling limit, ICI, NCLT, those things. Then consent. 125 consent. Consent. Consent means what? I am ready to become your director. 6 rotation. 7 reappointment. Or 7 you can say automatic reappointment. Reappointment bracket automatic. 6 you can say rotation plus reappointment. Rotation plus reappointment 6 and automatic reappointment 7. Understood? Now 152 1. One says the first director should be named in the articles of association. Wait. Listen. So, mostly in your articles of association of your company, you can see the first director's name. Sometimes, if they fail, the memorandum subscribers, they will become deemed first director. But there is a problem. As per section 149(1), who can become director? Only individual. Memorandum order subscriber can also be body corporate. So, memorandum subscriber only if it is a individual, he can be appointed as a first director. If articles does not mention the first director name, memorandum subscribers also body corporate, then member should call for a general meeting. EGM they can appoint first director of the company. So first director, come on, tell me. 1, named in articles. 2, subscriber to the memorandum if they are individuals. 3,
If they are not named in then shareholder members should call for EGM and first director is appointed.
okay, right. Don't write under the flow chart. Means like normally you write. Synopsis is over. If you keep on writing, through one word you can write. Then how many lines you have to write? First director should be named in articles. If not, subscribers of memorandum if they are individuals. If not, conduct EGM and appoint. Subscriber of the memorandum means the person who signed in the last page of the memorandum that he will take the minimum number of shares. என்னடா இப்படிலாம் டவுட் கேட்குறேன். Have you seen a memorandum? Company audit பார்த்துருக்கியாடா? Okay, you should see a memorandum. You should ask your boss, sir, please show me one memorandum. Okay, I am a CS student. Tomorrow a company will ask me to draft a memorandum. I should know. I should see how a memorandum will look. How many clauses are there in memorandum? 6 clauses. If it is a OPC, 7 clause. Other than OPC, 6 clause. First clause, name. Second clause, situation. Third clause, object. Fourth clause, liability. Fifth clause, capital. Sixth clause, subscription. You see any memorandum India, if this is how it will be and this is what the number it is. You cannot change the order. See, it's not like examination, like you can write 6 points. AGM 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Adoption, dividend, directors, auditors. This is how the order is. Okay. If it comes to memorandum, this is how the order is. This is not mugging up. Why ABCD should be ABCD? Why DCBA illa? This is how it is. It's like, okay. So, ஒரு order இருக்கு and they have a sequence. You have to follow the sequence. Don't question why a section should be here, why not it should be before. They understood that this is how the sequence should be. The sequence should be. See, you can ask question and get it clarified. Don't carry this point in your brain. It means like, sir, I don't know that also. Don't feel like that because not everyone got exposures. Some people are very good at individual taxation. Some people are very good at corporate taxation. If you ask me, I am very good at corporate tax. I am very good at corporate audit. If you ask me to do audit of trust, I am bold. If you ask me to do cooperative society, clean bold. Okay. If you ask me to do NRI individual taxation, LBW. If you ask me to do transfer pricing, out. So, I am good at certain things. Central statutory audit of bank, insurance company audit. Mari, I have seen only big audits and corporate taxation. I have never seen individual taxation when I am doing audit. And the time, the 3 years. And I did approximately 65 company audit. 65 different company in my articleship. And 45 companies or more than that when I am an audit manager in the same firm. Approximately more than 110 variety of companies I have audited, which includes insurance company, bank company, that to central statutory, not the branch audit which you do it like 1 week or so. We used to stay 65 days in Delhi for consolidation. Adala A.S 15 la dhaan we will all say bye bye, I will not come in this. Normal A.S 15 எனக்கு வராது. You are doing in like full consolidation of A.S 15. If you put F2, it will run into ஒரு மோடத்துக்கு if it put formula. ஒரு செல்லோட ஃபார்முலா பேங்க் கன்சாலிடேஷனில் and that too it is not CBS. In 2010 it is not fully CBS. We used to get this kind of paper. இவ்வளோ பெருசு இருக்கும் ஒரு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்டும். They used to write it manually. and they will be feeding it in Excel. We will be consolidating everything. After consolidating in zone, it is region. After region, it will come to head office. Head office having 45 divisions. We have to consolidate that. And they have subsidiaries also. Okay, after 2 months, a small error in the file, gone case. You know, my pen drive got corrupted. Thank God, at least one day before we had a Gmail, we had one copy. But there is some changes. One of my junior tracked that in his audit notebook. Boss, here you are making a change in it. Thank God he told that. Otherwise, that is Punjab National Bank. So, we had audited insurance company like Royal Sundaram, Star Health, Allied. Okay, I have audited Steel Authority of India Limited, BSNL. I told BSNL, at least for next 4 years you will be in losses. From 5th year you can start making profit if you are not doing a mistake. What mistake? Whenever a person is getting retired, don't replace. 60% of the turnover is employee cost. And a company is technologically based company. If a company is technology based company, their employee cost should be minimal. Turnover 60% employee cost na, administration cost enna agum? They cannot make profit because even after their resignation, they have to pay him pension. A person who got appointed before 1995, BSNL have to directly pay pension. Aduve evlo persu vandrum. This big. And whenever there is a pay commission, there will be increase of pension. You know, driver salary in BSNL. A person who worked for 17 years as a driver is drawing 46,000 rupees as salary. And his time is 9:30 to 5:30. He had 3 apartments. And he says if he retired, he will get at least 25,000 rupees as pension. He is a driver. I was like shocked. Innada nadakudinga. So this organization will be in loss only. This may be a key point for a government to make it private or like disinvest from the government company. If they want to disinvest, first they will make loss. Then it will go to capitalist. That loss is artificial loss. ஒரு person இருக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல the work can be done by a single person, there will be 3 person. And I have seen a company which is having the same kind of, and it is internationally #1 company, that's called Chevron oil company. Chevron is a company where they had the same policy. Each person's work, if it can be done by a single person, there will be 3 person, and they say safety. This company has run into losses. They closed the business in India. LPG business they had in India previously, they closed it and they sold it to some other company, which is I think Netherlands based company they sold it. But India based company ki, it can never be a profitable if they have so many employees like BSNL. So I have seen every type of company. You name an industry, say hotel, I have audited hotel. Okay, you name, I have even audited the aviation industry, which was in loss and they closed the business. But most of the companies which I have audited closed the business. But no, from every company I learned something. Even I am working in, or I am a consultant for 28 companies presently. Out of 28 companies, 3 companies are almost in the closing stage. And one company already went for Surfasi, one company went for IBC. Okay, and there are some dormant company, there are some small company, there are very big companies, there are IFRS companies. So whereby I am learning day by day. I'm telling you, see, this kind of exposure in articleship and in life may not be there for everyone. Okay, sir, my firm stipend is only, when I was article 8 years back, my stipend is 1,000 rupees. Today, my firm stipend is somebody, means Joseph, 2,500 rupees. Innikum. Okay. But they have 165 company audit. Extraordinary exposure will be there. But stipend kodukka matanga. And after giving 1,000 rupees stipend, on 7th of every month, my partner used to ask, stipend credit aicha? Yaarku theriyum. That account is open, that's all. I never even been to that account. My conveyance is 4,000 that time. My conveyance is 4,000. I used to bill the client. Okay. So whatever I want, I can buy it from the conveyance. That account, I have never went to that bank itself. Indian bank. Mylapore Indian bank, my account. After articleship only, I even been to that bank to update my passbook. They told I cannot update you. 3 years okay? 3 years once you want to update, you cannot update your passbook, they told. Then I did internet banking application, then I downloaded it. So they told, we cannot, because you never been to bank. Every month stipend, but I will, sometimes we can take money from ATM, etc. We withdraw some money for investing in shares. Okay, or 10,000 rupees withdraw panni na shares la potta nyabagam irukku. So aduvali da bank I have not went because the stipend is so low, but the exposure is so high. So you people may not have the same exposure like what I had. You know how I became a teacher. I started telling all this, like how to do audit, etc. to my juniors. When I became an audit manager in the same company after I passed CA, because I want to practice. Okay, I want to practice India #1 charter accountant avunonu enak aasa. Okay, I have one point of time. Okay. long ago, so long ago. A young blood, no, it will like work. 18 hours I used to work. 18 hours. I never sleep. I will take the laptop to my home. I will work maximum 4 to 5 hours only sleep. Article assistant used to cry because up to 1 o'clock I work. Okay, and after going to room also we will work. And again we will be there at 8:30 or 9 in the office. I say, "Dey, nee savda, enna savdi." And I didn't find my kind of person in office. And when I study for 17 hours. Okay, August 15th on Independence Day they gave me leave for November examination. And I passed my IPCC, that is your PCC, in August 4th of 2010. And I completed my CA final in November 11. I took 9 months for my CA final. From my IPCC and CA final, for example, late passing your IPCC and early attempt of your CA final. Your people will be there, no, second group, nundi adichi, they will pass late. Okay, and they will write final immediately. Some people wrote exam of second group now and they are attending class here. They will not tell outside. Okay, I have not yet passed IPCC, they will not tell. Some people are like that. And after attending CA final classes, they will get the result, they will say, "Ayyo, IPCC second group failed." They already completed 3 subjects of CA final. There are people like that. But I am not failed my IPCC, my attempt is like that. Okay, at that point of time, we have to complete 18 months articles to write IPCC. Okay, like a direct entry, you have 9 months, no, we have 15 months plus 3 months, 18 months. So my IPCC result came in August 2010 and I have written my examination in November 2011. And after the result of IPCC, obviously, merry-go-round. Okay, so 3 months over. December month only, I touched my book. I didn't get anything, so I joined a class. Okay, I first touched SFM book. Stocks, shares, na. After that, I joined the class. Like 2 days after the class started, I joined the class. Then the class went. I slept. Class part daily morning I will go. Then I will sleep. That faculty's voice is so good. It's like a mother, no? Bull spread. Condor spread. naningu pada. Okay, sir. But I will write notes. Sometimes no, my notes will be like bibo. Then I learnt like no, as we have to do self study. I asked my partner, sir, 4 subjects only I went for classes. Now it's already July month. At least I should go for some crash course because I didn't know anything. He told, no, Independence Day, independence for you. Okay. And June quarter, he sent me for the audit. Adu mudika, I first completed the bank audit for the quarter. After coming down, PSU audit for that quarter because we have limited review. Okay, 2410 audit we should do. Okay, and the audit report, SRE audit. So, August 15th, he relieved me for November month examination. So, 74 days leave I got. 3 subjects I have not even touched. 4 subject class went to 1 subject crash course. 3 subject self study. ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. ISKA, auditing, law. Auditing I went for 3 days crash course. Okay, law self study, ISKA self study. IDT crash course. Okay. You know, law I got good marks. ISKA I got very good marks because these 2 subjects I went self study. Costing SFM 4.5 months class just pass. DT 80. So it's not about the class, it's about how you understand the subject, whether you have a liking towards the subject. Okay, and how you present yourself. Any person who have seen my DT paper, it will be like this, wow, because every answer I will have a case law, every note I will have a case law. Working note number 1 case law, working number 2 number case law. Wherever case law is possible, I will write case law, because in my articleship there are so many case laws which I have seen practically. So somebody who is there in corporate taxation, you should know the case laws. Okay, international taxation, Asadi Bachavan Andolan's case, Kulandagan Chettiar's case. I still remember these case laws because I studied in 2010. Okay, Japanese Airlines case law for the TDS 195. There is one landing or TDS. Idea case law, Vodafone case law. You have to. There is no other go. CA final na. And 22 students in my office wrote the examination. Only 1 cleared the examination. And next attempt with IPCC, 29 students wrote the examination. Only 2 cleared the examination. And Baki people, I don't know what they are doing. Whether they pass CA or not, also I don't know. Maybe 5 people would have passed CA out of 30 or 40. This is how in your firm also. Your firm also has a story. Your senior also have a story. Not all your senior or pass their examination. You should not be like that. Start your preparation well in advance. Don't think that I don't know. Never it is late. Eppo எனக்கு doubt இருந்தாலும் sir, basic doubt sir, how many subscribers in public limited company I don't know sir. அந்த லெவலுக்கு I am weak in law. That is why you are here. Don't hesitate to ask any doubt. Sir, I cannot ask doubt in class and all. I am not that kind of person. If I ask doubt, people will laugh. 9940512888. My number is there in book also. WhatsApp me. Anytime you can WhatsApp. Okay. After within few minutes, if it is daytime, if it is night, na next day I will reply. Sometimes I will reply with angry symbol. Don't take it very personally, because it irritated me. So yes, ultimately you got the answer. Okay, don't hesitate to ask the next doubt, even if you get double angry symbol. Because I don't want to take law as a normal class. You should love reading the act. After attending income tax class, I don't know how many of you even touched the Bar Act and learnt it. My students should not feel tough to read the Companies Act Bar Act. If you touch the Companies Act Bar Act, section by section by section you should tell. And you should interpret with one section with another section. My people should become walking dictionary. At one point of time, I will bet, maybe in the mid-December or late December, you will all become walking dictionary. You will not touch the Bar Act, but you will tell the Bar Act. And people like Google, they will use you. Hey, Pooja, inga va. Section 164 sollu. like a Google, you will be used. I am telling you, this will happen because it is not the first time I am doing. This is almost like 60th time I am doing this. Okay, I have taken already 60 batches I have taken, and 6 is successful batches. Okay, and I have success rate of more than 75%. That means if 100 people attend the class, 75% will pass. And I have All India 18th rank last attempt. May 18, All India 18th rank is my student. But you would have seen All India 18th rank is some other academy. That academy never launched their final classes at all. But they have money. They can put whatever. India liye first rank put a student potukalam. Who asked for statistics? Okay, and denominator no one will disclose. Only numerator they will disclose. 15 pass na 15 is the numerator. What is the denominator? Okay, 500, 600 will be there. Okay, so why we should advertise? It's not necessary. Advertisement is not necessary. If people want to tell, they will tell. I am that kind of person. This is my 5th year of my teaching, 4+ year of teaching. I still have only 35 students maximum. Okay, maybe in crash course it will come to approximately 80, 85. That's all. But there are teachers in the first year itself, they touched 200. Okay, what is the result? If 200 after 200 is passing, that's different. But out of 200, only 25 is passing. I am concerned about that people who are failing. Because the people who are passing 25, no, they will pass on their own. I don't want to concentrate on that people. I have to concentrate on those people who may fail. So there may be average students sitting here, sir, IPCC 3 attempts, sir. There are people sitting here with IPCC 3 attempts. Final, at least in this subject, you should not go for an attempt. Because of this subject, you should see, any subject can become difficult. It's not like law is easy, auditing is easy. People failed in auditing miserably in last 2 attempts. People failed in last before attempt, people failed in law miserably. This attempt, people will get extraordinary mark in law. I will tell you, this attempt, November 18, they will get extraordinary mark compared to last 2 attempts. This attempt, they will fail maybe in direct tax. So, one attempt, there may be different. For your attempt, who knows what subject will become difficult. 3 attempts back, SFM is so difficult. You cannot touch SFM paper. Why wasting paper? Why wasting time? So, but I will tell you, failure and passing is only a journey. Okay, if you fail, that means you are taking extra time to finish your journey. That's all. Failure and passing, I am not concerned about that. I am concerned about after passing, what will happen. Or even if you fail repeatedly, somewhere you should get job, right? Somewhere you should go and sit, right? Appo, they will ask you what field you are interested to work, because not all students can finish CA. This is truth. Not 100% can finish CA. Anyone who joins CA cannot complete 100%. There are some probability only to complete CA. One subject you will pass, one subject you will fail. You may pass all subjects, may not get aggregate. Okay, and after repeated attempts, something may happen. It is pressure that you should work, etc. I have seen many people in my life who didn't complete CA, but who was drawing salary equivalent to a CA. So, knowledge is very important than just a qualification. Qualification is also important. But without knowledge, if you have qualification, you cannot survive in your life. So, knowledge is equally important. This qualification is just an entry ticket, I am just telling you. I have seen many MBA, MCOM is governing the company itself and drawing 25 lakh salary. MCOM, MBA, 25 lakh salary. He is not a chartered accountant. He is drawing 2 times more than chartered accountant. So it is possible because he is having that knowledge. He tried CA, he could have not passed CA, etc. But he is having that courage and knowledge that I know. Inferiority complex you should never have in your life. I am telling you, inferiority complex, if you have, that will kill you. Oh, yo, I didn't pass. I am failure. Okay, inferiority complex, if you have, it will kill you. Don't think any time negative. Negative or think. What is negative thinking? Ayyo, I can't. See, if I fail, what I should do? Okay, no problem. Because every time you should think 2 times. If I fail, what I have to do? If I pass, what I have to do? If I can, what I have to do? If I cannot, what I have to do? Okay, no problem. But ஐயோ I cannot. எனக்கு காஸ்டிங் வரவே வராது. I will never pass in costing. That's what my belief. And after very hard work, I just passed in costing. Okay, my belief is I know direct tax. I am the king of direct tax. Kombu. Okay, I got 80. I think like I know law. No one can touch me in law. That confidence, garvam, superiority complex. I got very good mark in law. If people say ISKA is difficult, I told, what is this, a stupid fellows? Inna ithundu book, 180 pages is the book. The practice manual which you have in ISKA old syllabus, ithundu dam thundu ivlo dhaan book. Idu or book, idla fail. Chai adinte adu achen. I made my own book for ISKA when I am writing my ISKA. People failed in ISKA. I got 65 in ISKA. This is our subject. See, why? Because somebody told costing is difficult to me. Somewhere inside my brain is control yes. And I cannot do shift delete. Still now, I didn't write my group 2 of CS. Final, professional. There are 2 groups in CS. First group I got 70, 65, 65. Third group I got 70, 70, 60. Okay. Second group I didn't even write for past 3 years because it is having SFM. And A.K.S Krishnan is very good at valuation in his organization. Valuation na A.K.S Krishnan da in my organization. Okay. But SFM na bayam. If I heard the word SFM, in 2019 itself, 2016 itself, I guess, I handled approximately 350 crores portfolio. But SFM na எனக்கு பயம் வந்துரும். See, some people law na பயம் வரும். எனக்கு SFM costing லாம் சொன்னா allergy. I will run. Capital budgeting, if I some say no, whether to buy or make, the problem is not bold. But today I am taking a decision also, whether to buy, whether to invest or not, IRR is there or not. I am taking investment decisions. But if it comes to examination of SFM, I am bold. I will not write that. And the mari, see, I am telling you because I am having that. அது முடிச்சா என்னோட salary இன்னும் 5 lakhs per annum increase ஆயிடும். But பயம், வேதநாயகம் என்றால் பயம் ஒன்று, பயம். See, I still like no, I cannot come out of that. I don't want any of you to have any kind of negative fear or negative mindset like this. Okay, what is the time? 8:45. Okay. So we are in subsection 1, we completed that. We are going to subsection 2, 122.2. 122.2. Subsequent directors. That means all the directors have to be appointed in general meeting by passing ordinary resolution. Ordinary resolution, general meeting. So shareholders will be appointing. 122.3 DIN. To become director, you should hold one number called DIN number, director identification number. See, in future, the DIN number what you are having for your director may change. Government may link it with some other number. You know which number they will link in future? No, I am not telling. Ultimately, every citizen of India will have one number. That number will be linked with your phone number, which is known to everyone. Okay, if I have database of that, if I touch, okay, I will tell you. There is one company called Capita World platform, which is having approximately 1.5 lakh people's database, which they got in just 1 month time, not even 1 month, 20 days time. In just 20 days time, they got approximately 1.5 lakh people's database. 1.5 lakh people is not like you and me. They are businessmen. And they are MSME, small and medium scale businessmen. They want to get loan from the bank. They want to get loan from the bank. Everyone, if you say loan, they'll be like eager. No one want to put their own money. They want to take, because there is a private finance, actually parallel private finance is there, which is like 36% interest, and bank will should give 11 to 12% interest. So everyone wants to get this loan. And this company is authorized by the government of India to handle this. And they claimed to have artificial intelligence. And they claim to do algorithms based on the income tax filings and the GST filings these people have done. So GST filing and income tax filing, this company is clubbing, and you should give income tax password and income tax user ID. And you should give GST password and user ID. They will get the ITRs within a fraction of a second, and they will put it in their program, and they will tell you this is maximum loan which from the bank you can get. Can you able to understand? They are having access to sensitive information of an entrepreneur, and it is a private limited company. And 2016 turnover is 15,600 rupees, and 2019 turnover will be at least 1,000 crores. At least 55% profit. Why? Because there are going to be 15 lakh people, they are expecting to access this website that is called 59-minute loan website. Modi's Diwali gift to MSME entrepreneurs. Do it. There are small entrepreneurs coming to you in the office and say, madam, the MSME loan edo irukame. You know something, this is called in principle approval. If you take this paper and go to bank, they will ask collateral security. Hey, security in that I could have directly come to you. No, I don't have security. Modi told unsecured loan. No, hey, unsecured loan na loan sanction in principle approval. That means this website will collect all your details from various government websites and tell the bank, this person you can give up to this much loan. For this, no problem, sir. So sharing sensitive information only, no, not an issue. 1180, that is 1,000 rupees plus 18% GST they are collecting for every applicant. This is not processing fees, please understand. Processing fees is 0.35% of the total loan which will get sanctioned. Tomorrow bank sanction loan of say 1 lakh, 0.3% this person will get. Adi evlo irukum, because government plan to give at least 5 lakh crore as loan through these people. So approximately 0.35% of 5 lakh crore. This will come here as processing fees. And in principle approval letter generate பண்றோம்ல அப்படினா you are using their software to know how much loan you can get. ஒண்ணும் இல்ல, if you tell your banker last 2 years ITR if you give, based on that he will give like this, he will tell you how much loan you are eligible for. Correcta? Because every banker what he is doing, 2-3 years ITR is asking. Immediately he is having one software, he is putting that, and he is saying that sir you are eligible for this much of loan only. Basically 40% of your salary into 100 times is the loan amount. Monthly salary into 40% into 100 times is the loan amount. This is what they will do. Okay, which you will be repaying for next 20 years. This is what the calculation. இது போடுறதுக்கு 1180 rupees கொடுக்கணும். இது எத்தனை போய் பேங்க்ல கொடுத்தா பேங்க் will say give me collateral. அவ்வளவுதான். You will not give collateral, 1180 loss. அவ்வளவுதான், over. And this 1180, how many people are already paid? 1,50,000. Calculate பண்ணு. 1,50,000 into 1180. Already turnover is up from 6th of November. Sorry, okay sir, this company is very good company, question mark. And 16,500 rupees is the turnover 2 years back. Company itself had only 3 years from the incorporation. First year loss. Paid up capital 1 lakh rupees. இது ஒரு company. Okay, now you all would have guessed. This company is incorporated in which state? அவ்வளோதான், ஓவர். சிச்சோ. Experience of the directors. எல்லாம் young boys like me. 3-4 months before, SIDBI has invested in this company 20 crores. SIDBI government bank, they invested in this company 20 crores. But still I wonder, TCS irukku, Infosys irukku, they are very good at artificial intelligence, machine learning, and they are already handling data of us. Okay, security level. என்ன நடக்குதுங்கன்னே புரிய மாட்டேங்குது. And it is a company, and all this database is available in the website. Go to zuba.com or mca.gov.in, pay 100 rupees, you can take the history, geography, physics, chemistry of this company. Public documents, pay 100 rupees, you can get everything. All the over. This company will be blown out, I am telling you. This will be Congress weapon in 2019 election. Like 2G scam, they will put this. Already Rafael deal scam. See, whether it's a scamsters or I don't know, but at least a talk is against Modi, correct? Like that, you people should investigate so many. I'm telling you, in future, IAS examination will not be like a coaching center like what they are having today. There is a company called MB, where Reliance has invested 10,000 crores. How much? One small company, they invested 10,000 crores. IAS coaching, NEET coaching and all, this company only will be future. If you want to become doctor, you should have NB app in your phone. And Jio will support this. And Jio has invested already 3.5 lakh crores. And they started making break even from last year. நம்ம யோசிப்போம், என்னைக்கு அவன் ரெக்கவர் பண்ணுவான்லாம் ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுக்குறானே. They already breaking even. Next year they think they can make profit, and 2022 they will go for public issue. Okay, and generally when we bring in capital, we will not bring in capital at face value, we will bring at premium, because your capital base will become so much. Then you will be noticed, you have to pay so much money to authorize the capital increase of fees, etc., etc. Reliance company has invested at face value. Reliance Industries has invested in Reliance Jio at face value. 3 lakh crores of face value invest பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Because they can recover this money only if the shares are sold at premium. Once you go for public issue, there is something called offer for sale. Offer for sale is nothing but promoters liquidating their shares. See, now whenever the government company is getting liquidated, you can find a word called offer for sale. Offer for sale means not the company is issuing the share. 1 rupee what you pay also will not go to the company. So it's not, whenever IPO is coming, it's not like whatever money you invested, it will go to the company. You will get the share, that's all. From whom? From the promoters who is already having the shares. So tomorrow this company will go to public issue at premium. Say 10 rupees share, 100 rupees premium. Understood? Promoter, that is Reliance Industry, will liquidate their share. They are now having 100% share. They will liquidate their share, and they will have still controlling interest. 65% they will hold. So even if you have share, you cannot go against them. And the share is diversified. So not everyone will come to the meeting at all. So meeting la there will be only 25% of the shareholder coming for the meeting. So 35% 25% come for the meeting. Appo Reliance will have 75% stake in that meeting. So even special resolution he can pass on his own. This is how the big companies are running. You should understand this, because tomorrow you will be CFO. 7 years, 8 years down the line, I am saying at least 8 CFOs here. Okay, appo CFO ana investment decisions. Because you cannot be like this always. You have to grow. You have to go for public issue. You have to collect the public money. You know something, Paytm is running in loss. Every quarter 600 crores is a loss. Hello? 600 crores is a loss. Phone Pay. Go to HP petrol bunk. Put 100 rupees petrol using your Phone Pay. 70 rupees is a refund given to you. 100 rupees petrol, 70 rupees refund. So what is your cost of petrol per 100 rupees? 30 rupees. Put one more time. 35 rupees is refund for you. Put one more time. 35, 35, 35, 35. Next 10 times 35 rupee refund. I will tell you, Paytm is now funded by SoftBank. Now SoftBank is going for a public issue. World's largest public issue. You cannot imagine how many lakh crores they are going to. Somewhere around 20 lakh crores, I guess. Hello? Somewhere around 20. I forgot the exact number. They are going to take it from a public, international. Paytm, Phone Pay money, they are going to invest. Flipkart, Snapdeal, they will invest. Ola, Uber, they will invest. Okay? And you people, artificial intelligence will start controlling you after some time. If you want to, see, for example, I will tell you, government policy they will change. Maybe in next 2 years, buying a car will become difficult. Or you have to pay so much of insurance. Car monthly, yearly, at least 1/3 of the car price you will be paying insurance. You will stop thinking of buying a car. Uber mandatory, Ola mandatory. Both the companies will be owned by this company. That's what the future will be. All the physical shops will be closed, slower. There will be only 5-6 companies. Online 2 companies, 3 companies maximum. Just think how they are giving so much of offer. If you buy in Flipkart, go to Flipkart today, you can buy 600 rupees of groceries. Say tur dal, moong dal, and the dal, in the dal you buy. 250 rupees of Sunrich oil, adu, they are giving free. The margin on 600 rupees is maximum say 50 rupees. But they are giving 250 rupees to you back. So they are not reducing their margins. Profit and loss, loss, literally loss. Because 8,000 crore has been invested by Marmart in Flipkart. So they first want to increase their customer base. Every phone should have Paytm, every phone should have Phone Pay, every phone should have Ola, every phone should have Uber, every phone should have Amazon, and every phone should have Flipkart. This is the rule. This is all corporates. So you should understand the corporates. You should understand share capital. You should understand holding company. How the investment will be. You should draft investment decisions. Why preference share? Why debentures? So you should tell, sir, if you invest in debentures, you can take the money out of the company without paying 30% tax to the government, because debenture is a interest based debt instrument, above the line deductible. Preference share is dividend below the line. So you have to pay 30% tax, you have to pay 19% GDT. Approximately 50% you are losing there. So go for below the line. Sorry, above the line. So invest via debentures. So take profits by way of interest. And most of the companies are abroad companies. 99% they will invest from the companies which is incorporated in the DTA area. Company may be a China company, but they will not invest from China. They will form a company in Cyprus. They will form a company in Mauritius. From there they will route it through. So you are thinking that investment is directly coming from China. DTA and the benefit they will incorporate a company there, namesake paper company will be incorporated in that country, and they will route it through that. That's how this Vodafone case law from Mauritius. Companies in Netherlands, companies in Netherlands, owners in Netherlands, they will start a paper company in Mauritius. Okay, and you know the paper companies are generally owned by Big Fours. The paper company address, if you type in Google, it will tell you PwC Cyprus, E&Y Cyprus. There are 6 or 7 companies like this who is doing consultancy services. They are lending their firm's address for so many paper companies. Over a address, 2,000 companies will be registered. and it will be routed through this. For this, you should know Companies Act, should know Income Tax Act. Can a base of a company shifted from one country to another country? Can a base of a country, in case of a company, for example, I incorporated in Mauritius, treaty with Mauritius got over, can I shift it to Cyprus? The base itself. இந்த மாதிரி கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் உனக்கு வந்திருக்கா? எனக்கு வந்திருக்கு. I shifted from Cyprus to Luxembourg like this. My company base itself shifted. Because nowhere in the act they told city, state, jurisdiction, அவ்வளோதான் இருக்கும். Country இருக்காது. I shifted from Cyprus to Luxembourg. I incorporated a company, same name. You know, Luxembourg company incorporation is only one page. Go to a notary, apostille, get it affixed, all the company incorporated. இவ்வளோதான் Luxembourg company. And we have a treaty with Luxembourg. So you should know treaty shopping. Income tax எல்லாம் கேட்பான், அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கலாம். First எனக்கு பேங்கர் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை பண்ணணும். That's how the money will go from India. 15CA, 15CB. Our auditor doesn't even know what is Luxembourg and what is this treaty. Treaty எல்லாம் படிக்கணும்னா இவ்வளோ பேஜ் இருக்கும். Okay, article number 9, article number 19 you should read together. So the knowledge base is, அதனால தான் pay. See, why they should pay you 7 lakh rupees salary and why they should pay you 17 lakh rupees salary? Charter கொண்டு தானே. You can be in both slab. If you want to be in this slab, Sharia bank, I am now learning Sharia banking. Because UAE they are now going to introduce, already Malaysia, Singapore they introduced, Sri Lanka they introduced Sharia banking. If Congress government comes, India they will be Sharia banking. BJP is against Sharia banking, that is Muslim way of banking. You know, there is a bank which never charge interest and which they will loan. Somewhere bank will give loan but never charge interest. They will recover the money from you as a profit share. It's there in your SFM, you know. Sharia banking. I am learning Sharia banking practically. Now I am going to invest in a company which is going to get 25 crores loan in Sharia banking. We are incorporating a company in Sri Lanka. We are doing that. Okay. Now I am studying Sri Lanka, India, DTAA. Singapore, there is $1 company, you know. Send $1 to Singapore. You can incorporate a company called $1. India, Modi says, hey, $1 kuda vananda, zero capital incorporate company. You know, India, you can incorporate a company with zero capital. But for incorporation, you have to spend so much of expenses. Okay, 153 is done. With this, we have stopped. Okay, today's class. Next class, Friday, we will finish this chapter. Okay, see you, bye-bye.